Sound of freedom. Can't put it any better than that. My name is Staff Sergeant Cody Bars. I've been in the Air Force for just about 7 years. My job title is an aerospace propulsion mechanic. As an aerospace propulsion mechanic, we're in charge of and responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of the F-110 fighter engine. What I love about my job, coming to work every day, get to hang out with the guys that are pretty much the same as you are, Also the pride you take in your job, watching an aircraft take off and knowing it's a single engine fighter, so there's not a lot of room for error at all. You're putting a pilot's life in your hands, so you got to make sure everything you do is done exactly how it should be according to TO. I love hearing the sound of our jets take off simply because you take a lot of pride in what you do out here and knowing that you've either worked on that engine or you built something that you've helped tear down or inspect that engine, and seeing it take off and fly through the air successfully and come back is something you take pride in.
My name is Staff Sergeant Michael Stella. I am an engine mechanic at the 180th Fighter Wing. We work on the F-100 229 version engine, which goes into the F-16 fighter jet. And it is a one-engine aircraft, so it's pretty important what we do here. The engine shop is basically broken down into two sets of maintainers. We have our flight line and the back shop. So the flight line is the front line. They are the ones that are out there checking on the interfaces with the aircraft. They're the ones taking care of any issues that the pilots have, anything the crew chiefs might find. So they are the ones that diagnose and fix anything that can be fixed while it's in the aircraft. If it's too big of a job, they will pull it and they can swap another engine in an afternoon into that aircraft, and the broke one comes back here for us to fix.
Crew chief usually calls in and says that there's something up, or after the flight comes down, we usually download all the engine data from the flight, and if code pops is what it's called. But if you find a code for the engine, you diagnose it, and if it needs maintenance, then you either can do the maintenance on the aircraft, or if it's required to pull the engine and bring it into the back shop, we can do that as well. Usually once we get an engine back into the shop, we do a full receiving inspection, look over everything. We'll know in advance kind of what we need to do and what's been found to cause the engine to come back here, but usually with the receiving inspection, we take a further dive into what needs to be done, and we can find hidden things wrong with the engine and whatnot in order to fully repair it and get it back to functioning shape. After we go through and do the work that needs to be done, we usually take it out to the hush house or the test cell and run the engine and put it through its paces as if it was in the air, but we can monitor it and we can make sure everything's working properly before we put it into an aircraft. Acts as a safety precaution to make sure that it's good to go. It's a very satisfying job, knowing that what you do makes a direct impact on whether or not the aircraft fly, and if there's all of them in the air, you usually know you did a pretty good job.
Here they go. There goes one. Sud Clover, delete altitude restriction.
That copies delete the altitude restriction. Nobody home at the Eagle will just be dry on the range though.
Yeah, we told them you were coming. We didn't know if you wanted anybody in the tower.